Hey there, Nocturnes! Welcome back to English Me dito sa Nocturnal Sage, a guide for those left in the dark. Ako nga pala ulit si Kuya N, ang inyong class president. Noong nakaraang meeting, Mr. Jeremy, diniscuss niya yung tungkol sa communicative adaptability. Natutunan natin na hindi sapat na alam natin yung speech context, style, at saka strategy na gagamitin. Dapat alam din natin kung kailan tayo babago. Kasi iba-iba yung mga sitwasyon at yung isang sitwasyon kung nagbago kuwari yung relationship natin, yung ating speech style, yung mga ganong aspects, kailangan din natin mag-adjust. So kung marunong tayong mag-adjust according to the situation, papakita tayo ng adaptability. At ito siguro yung pinakamataas na skill level ng isang speaker. Kapag alam niya kung paano lumugat, paano niya i-modify yung kanyang pananalita, sign na yan na communicatively competent ka. Champion ka na sa communication when it comes to speech. Pero kailangan to i-practice, no? Kasi minsan hindi natin feel na mag-adapt. Dapat pag-aralan din natin yung maging flexible. Ngayong gabi naman, pag-aaralan natin ang speech types. May iba't ibang klaseng speech pero ano yung mga yun? Samahan nyo na ako para malaman natin. Oh English me, oh English me, gusto kong matuto ng Ingles pero hindi alam kung paano. For tonight, we will talk about speech types. The first part will be on purpose, the second delivery. So, let's have purpose first. Speech types according to purpose are the following: expository or informative, persuasive, entertainment or narrative. When we say expository or informative, it's to explain concepts, to inform the audience about a certain phenomenon. For example, what is climate change? The second type is persuasive speech. It's to make the audience do something, to change their minds or emotions. Going back to climate change, if expository is to explain what it is, persuasive is meant to, let's say, make people stop using air conditioners, for example only. But I still do prefer using aircon if it's very hot. Then the last one is entertainment or narrative. When we say entertainment or narrative, from the word entertain, it's to make people sad, happy, or experience other range of emotions through storytelling. That's why it's called narrative as well, through stories. Climate change. Maybe you may want to tell a story of a futuristic scenario where trees, forces of nature, have started to weaken because of human activities that disrupt nature. So those are the types of speech according to purpose. The next ones are on delivery. So the first type of speech is reading from a manuscript. Yes, it's a valid type of speech. You are free to read aloud from what's written on paper. In other cases, that's appropriate because if you're using frozen style, the frozen style of speech, then you are expected to be true to what's written on paper. That's appropriate for, let's say, oath-taking ceremonies. Then the other type of speech is memorized. Yes, it's still word for word, but you commit to memory everything that's written on paper. If you memorize your speech, your body language will be spontaneous, unlike when you're holding a paper. The third type of speech is impromptu speech. Compared to the memorized and reading aloud speech types, in impromptu speech, one is given only 3 minutes to prepare. It's on the spot. You're given a topic to talk about, you're given 3 minutes to prepare, and then 3 minutes to speak. You don't need to hold anything nor memorize anything because it's spontaneous. You are free to express yourself as you are. The only thing that you're allowed to hold, if ever, is an outline. You just write the keywords in your speech on paper and then take a look at it while you speak. So there you'll have a free form of body language compared to when you're holding something all the time or when you're restricted to what's written on paper. Now, the only challenge there is keeping your thoughts organized. There are times when you might be tempted to shift to another topic without you noticing it, since if you're not used to surprises, then it's something that you have to practice. Then the last speech type is extemporaneous. It's still spontaneous, like the impromptu speech type, but for extemporaneous speeches, you're given at least a day or two to prepare. Also, you are allowed to hold an outline, just like impromptu speech. However, since you're given a longer period of time to prepare, you may be expected to cover more aspects in your speech. Let's say the topic is still climate change. If in the impromptu speech, your message should be limited to a specific area, in extemporaneous speech, you may be expected to cover more areas on climate change. One practical example of an extemporaneous speech is that of the lecturers. You notice your teachers, when they present a lesson using PowerPoint slides as their guide, that already is an extemporaneous speech, provided that the PowerPoint slides are not read word for word, and that they are still able to intersperse their slides with their own explanations. So there you have it. These are the different speech types. And knowing these speech types will help us identify which ones suit our objectives. Now, the best speech type is the one that aligns with your speech goal. If you don't know your speech goal yet, better figure it out before selecting which speech type to use. You need to decide which speech type it is according to your purpose and according to your mode of delivery. So see you on the next episode where we talk about principles. Oh English me, oh English me, gusto kong matuto ng Ingles pero hindi alam kung paano. Sino ang magtuturo? Gusto kong matuto na talaga. Oh English me. To bake fish withal, it will feed nothing else. It will feed my revenge. He had disgraced me and hindered me half a million, laughed at my losses, mocked at my gains, scorned my nation, thwarted my bargains, cooled my friends, heated mine enemies, and was his reason. I am a Jew. Hath not a Jew eyes? Hath not a Jew hands? Organs, dimensions, senses, affections, passions, fed with the same food, hurt with the same weapons, subject to the same diseases, healed by the same means, warmed and cooled by the same winter and summer as a Christian is. If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? If you poison us, do we not die? And if you wrong us, shall we not revenge? If we were like you in the rest, then we will resemble you in that. If a Jew wrong a Christian, what is his humility? Revenge. If a Christian wrong a Jew, what should his sufferance be by Christian example, huh? Why revenge? The villainy you teach me, I will execute, and it shall go hard, but I will better the instruction. Kung nagustuhan ninyo ang episode na ito, pakilike lang dyan sa baba. Kung may comments kayo, suggestions, or questions, comment na lang din. I-share nyo naman ang video na to. Mas lalo na nga yung buong playlist sa mga kakilala ninyo nag-take ng oral com. Alam niyo naman, kanya-kanya na diskarte sa paghahanap ng reliable reference materials at kasama na dyan ang Nocturnal Sage kung naniniwala kayo reliable ito. Kung gusto nyo ng safe space kung saan makakapagpahayag kayo ng saloobin, yung makakapag-ukat kayo ng topics na hindi nyo madalas mapag-usapan with family and friends kasi nahihiya kayo, pwede naman kayo sumali ng Nocturne Space. Yung link nasa baba. Check nyo lang. Saka doon, baka may ma-meet pa kayo na kapares nyo pala ng interests. At higit sa lahat, mag-subscribe at itap nyo yung notification bell sa baba para hindi kayo mahuli sa anumang updates namin. Yung episodes every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Salamat muli sa panonood. Ako muli si Kuya N. Kita-kits sa susunod na episode ng English Me dito sa Nocturnal Sage, a guide for those left in the dark.